product review. This little video is being brought to you by Artiscapade, manufacturers of this great Pro Series fine detail brush set. I've been asked to do a product review. I never had to do one of these before. I must be going up in the world. A little while ago I was contacted by a very nice chap who is the distributor of Artiscapade brushes, and they asked me if I would review a new set of their brushes on this channel. Now, most of you watching this know that I'm a scenery builder and I moan a lot about painting, and it's part of the hobby obviously, but I'm not an uber painter like many other people out there. But that didn't matter. I do use brushes all over the place, and I have got quite a reputation for being pretty harsh on my brushes, so I kind of said, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll have a look at these brushes, and obviously for doing that, and if you're watching this, that means if you sit through all of this and you check out the links down below, there are discount codes for you to get sets of these brushes as well. I did also say to them, however, that I'm not going to just go online and just tell people they're great. I am going to be honest about these things. I have no interest in having a product associated with my channel that doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So I've tried to be as rigorous as I can using these brushes, showing them the normal contempt that I do, and this is what I discovered. Check it out. Okay, first thing worth noting is this is a 15-piece set, 15 brushes. Retail price for this, recommended retail price for this, £24.95, so that's less than £2 a brush. I like this cardboard tube it comes in, they look nice. Let's have a look. Well, if nothing else, if the tube doesn't come to any use, I'll be able to use it for a piece of scenery. Two-part tube, useful for storing. Nice kind of velvety bag, and brushes. Look at that. Brushes. Okay, so there are 15 brushes here, and on first inspection I really quite like the look of them. I like the triangular grip on these. Being an English teacher, and I've always worked with kids on holding pens and pencils and that kind of thing, and I've always found a triangular grip on a pencil are really comfortable, so I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the same with paintbrushes. There are well, we've got 4 different types going by the labels. We've got these brushes here on the end, they're called Spot. We've got flat, we've got round, and we have brushes they call liner, and their numbers go from 1 and 0, and 1 and 0 on the flat, to 2 0, and then down to 4 0 down here on the round and the liner. Let's have a quick look at the ends of these brushes without the caps on, and then I'll actually want to paint some figures and see what I think of them from that point of view. So let's have a look first of all at these brushes labelled liner. Okay, these are the liner brushes then. That's 1 to 4 0. These look like a standard kind of brush to me. Nice shape, all the way quite good. 4 0 is still quite a large brush, mind you, but they look pretty nice. The ferrules are good and tight. Yeah, an interesting shape. I think this looks like the standard kind of brush. That's where I'm going to be starting use anyway. Okay, these brushes they call round. This is again 1 through to 4.0, 4 O's. I don't have the fine point that the liners have. A round top. The 3.0, I can't see much difference really between that and the 4.0. I'm not too sure about the shape. I reckon for a general purpose slapping on base coats kind of thing, they're going to be alright. That's certainly how I'd be looking to use them. This guy here, this little guy here, the 4.0 round, quite a nice brush. So we'll see how they work. Okay, these are the flats. As you can see, they actually look a bit more dry brushy, or larger, flatter details. That's a 1, a 0 and a 2, 0 there. They're still quite nice looking brushes, mind you. And then we have what they call spot. The 1 and the 0. You can see there's quite a lot of difference between the two heads there. But the spot 0 looks like that really is maybe for painting eyeballs. We'll have a look. Here we are, spots. So 15 brushes for less than £2 each. From that point of view, that's pretty promising. Now I'm going to paint with them and see what I think, and then I'll let you know whether they get the Magrathea Builder World's thumbs up. So, selection of figures I'm painting at the moment, just giving these a go. So this is a flat, size 1 Artiscapade flat. I'm just using this as a bit of a dry brush here on this skull, on this standard for my done lending warriors. That's quite nice. Okay, so here we go. This is the flat. Quite a good brush for dry brushing by the looks of it. This is a, yeah, done lending warrior. Stand about. That's quite nice. They clean up really nicely, actually. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so here I'm using a liner. Again, I'm just hold it shaped quite nicely. Although there's a tiny bit of brush come away there, hair come out. Well, that happens with all brushes, actually. So look, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to paint the belt buckles on this here frog for boas and badgers. It's a resin printed frog from Duncan's Shadow, and it needs just some silver buckles and things. So I'll see if I can find. I'm going to add some gold here, so I'm going to see if I can find a smaller brush for that. What's that? It's a 4.0 round. Okay, let's find a gold paint. I'm just going for some detail on this guy's knife blade. Actually, it's really nice. Got a good shape, like that. Like I said, I've been pretty rough with these brushes. I'm not very good at looking after brushes. It's not something that I've ever been disciplined at in my 35 years of being in this hobby. I've always been a bit rubbish at looking after my brushes, so the fact that these are that robust is jolly good. Yeah, actually painting the tiny little bits like belt buckles, the brushes are great. My eyes aren't. Getting on a bit. Add some gold trim on this armour then, let's see what we can do. This brush has really held its shape really well. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now before I shot this review. Pretty damn sure that there are better brushes out there, you know. But these things are less than £2 each, which, to be quite honest, that's stupid money. I can't possibly see how they're making any money out of it. Check out this cool figure. This is an otter witch hunter from Boas and Badgers, and this is an Artiscapade brush painting it, and it's pretty cool. yeah, I have to say my biggest problem with painting these miniatures is not the brushes. It's the old fart behind the brushes. There we go. Round brush, we're going to paint this dude's red sash on here. I'm concentrating more on painting than I am on filming, so I'm hoping I'm getting some footage I can use. I think he's wearing a red sash around his belt. Well, he is a mole model anyway. And that's very cool. Yeah. Good grip, good shape, easy to clean. In a nutshell. And it's encouraging me to paint my B&B figures. So, thank you Artiscapade. Thank you Mr. Lovejoy. Thank you everybody who's watching. Use the discount code, buy the brushes, all that kind of stuff. Alright, I'm using one round here for the minute to paint Mornfang Brown on two bases, which is my standard basing method. And again, good shape, easy to use. I'm going to let that dry. I'll go back and check it out with a dry brush. These guys get brown all around the trim as well. My standard way of basing fancy models is. Still a good shape. Nice. I like it. Right, I'm going to go back to that dry brush. Let's find some snakebite leather. We're going to dry brush the bases on those two frog characters. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, my general opinion with these things is that, you know, it's difficult to do a review without spending hours and 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 hours painting with them and seeing how they stand up. Well, I don't get to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours painting. I don't have that luxury. But to be honest, what I have done with them thus far, just using these just to, well, I mean that's just dry, just slapping on a quick dry brush kind of highlight on these, over the fact that they've had a ink wash. I like them. Do actually like them. I'm really pleased that the first people who kind of like approached me to do a review make something I like. Makes it a lot easier to go online and go, hey, these are pretty cool. Check these out. So there you go. On balance, I think this is a pretty good brush set. It certainly does provide value for money. 15 pieces in this set, especially if you buy them with a discount code, even better value. They are robust. They do stand up to quite a lot of punishment. They are not the finest paintbrushes out there. If you are going for golden demon quality paintwork, you might want to spend a little bit more on your brushes. But if you're like me and you're interested in getting stuff on the tabletop, stuff out there, and you get through brushes quite quickly, then I reckon that these are a pretty good set to consider. I like the storage, I like the bag they come in, I like the number of brushes you get in the set, I like the way you hold on to them, they sit in your hand really nicely, clean up nicely. So yeah, on the whole, Artiscapade brushes do get my thumbs up. This set anyway. There is a general set which might be used for scenery painting. I'm going to check those out in another video. But in the meantime, if you want a decent set of brushes, you won't go far wrong if you get a set of these.